What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, on the last episode of Band of Brothers, we left off with seeing pretty much how all the soldiers and medical soldiers, as well as the nurses and just anyone that's involved in this war, how they're feeling and pretty much how they're dealing with their situations as a whole. Because obviously, we know the soldiers having to go to war and shooting against other Germans and other problems, as well as the medics obviously trying to keep everyone alive as much as they can. But one specific person we followed the most in the last episode was obviously Eugene, and we saw pretty much from his point of view how tough it really is of being a medical soldier on the field who has to both be in the line of fire while at the same time also trying to keep his comrades alive if he can potentially. But we also saw another perspective of like the nurses who do basically the same thing, except they don't actually be on the field. They be in any sort of secluded areas that they can possibly do what they can to save as many soldiers as they can. But like I said, yeah, the last episode, it was a really good episode. And it really brought out the best of like what every character in the episode was feeling and how they were going about in their situations. But now we're going to go ahead and jump right on into the next episode, which is episode 7, The Breaking Point. And just off that name alone, sounds like it's about to be a rough one. So away we go.
I've seen death. I've seen my friends, my men being killed. And this is, take too many days of that and you change dramatically.
We was hungry, we had no food, we didn't have much ammunition, it was cold, we didn't have any clothes, you couldn't build a fire. If you build a fire, someone would shoot at you.
Understandable.
Everywhere you would look, you would see dead people, dead soldier there, here, ours, theirs. Then civilians, dead animals. So death was all over.
You don't have a chance when your friends are down to really take care of them as you might, and especially if you're in an attack, moving or whatever. I withstood it well, but I had a lot of trouble in later life.
That's understandable.
Those events would come back, and you never forget them.
Mm-hmm. That's understandable right there. Some people can handle it during the moment because it's happening, so they got to focus on their survival. But once it's all over and it's settled down, yeah, those emotions start coming back, piling up on you.
After holding the line at Bastogne, Easy Company was once again called on to help push the Germans back through the bulge.
This way. Alright, so right here's gotta be the logging road coming into here.
Yes, sir.
Which means we get right there.
Hey, take it easy.
Stop.
Using him as a board to hold up the map.
E Company was sent to clear the Bois Jacques, the woods near the town of Foy, in preparation for what we all knew would be the eventual assault on Foy itself. During that 1,000-yard attack through the woods, we encountered sporadic German machine gun fire and had a couple of casualties, but for the most part met little resistance.
I wonder if because this person that's narrating right now, if that's who we're going to follow the most. Because it seems like every episode focuses on someone specifically. Not halting. Ooh. Oh man, he got him in the dome. Ugh.
And where's Dyke? Where the hell is he? Where the hell does he ever go?
I don't know, but I wish he'd stay the hell there. It'd be nice if he took Lieutenant Shanes with him, too.
Shut up, boys.
Shutting up, Sarge. Okay,
Oh,
what the hell?
shit. Oops.
Oh, Jesus, it's who? He shot! Sniper? No, he shot himself!
He shot himself. Oh, nah. Oh, ain't no way. I mean, like I said, I know it's not a necessarily survivable injury, but I didn't think it'd go that fast.
Or Peacock? God bless him, no one tries harder, but he's not cut out to take men into combat. I'm sure as hell not gonna make him company CO, and I don't even want him as a platoon leader.
Voicing their opinions on certain commanders and stuff, and how their actions don't really fit the tone of the other men.
We all agreed Buck Compton would have been the best choice to run easy if Winters had been able to get rid of Dyke. Said if you wanted to make it as a paratrooper, you had to be the best. And I wanted to fight with the best, sir. Try not to think about it that much.
Bad memories for him, so he tries to do something else to at least push those memories in the back of his head. Dang, you just gonna walk off on him like that? He starts getting sentimental and emotional, and he just walks off.
Hey, that's fantastic. Well, good for you.
Thank you.
How in the world does your leaving help me?
Doesn't, I'm not going. I grew up there, that's why I came to Europe. I just wish they told me there was a war on. Anyway, the point is, this thing's wasted on me. But I'm sure...
Ah, okay, so yeah, it's a waste for him, so he wants to give it to someone else.
Sorry about what? Patton? I couldn't agree more. What are you doing here?
Want to head back to the line, sir?
Joe, you don't have to do that. Get yourself back to...
I'd really like to head back with the fellas, sir.
All right? Then go.
Soldier.
Almost every single one of these guys has been hit at least once. Except for Allie, he's a two-timer. And right next to him, that other skinny little guy, that's Popeye. He got shot in his scrawny little butt in Normandy.
Yep, remember that?
Rather large butt in Holland.
Yeah, kind of an easy company tradition getting shot in the ass.
Christensen.
Lieutenant Spears.
I got the name right, didn't I? Christensen?
Yes, sir.
What are you men doing out here?
In the line, sir.
Keep up the good work. While you're at it, you might want to reinforce your cover.
Oh, well, actually, sir, to bother. They're only going to be here one day.
Lieutenant Dyke said that, huh? Don't forget what I said. Carry on.
Gotta follow the main man's orders. Ignore all the other orders.
Take cover! Go on! Find some cover! I got it! Clear up! Find some cover! Go on! Find some cover!
That's just some bright lights. Man. Oh, man.
For some reason, at that moment in that half-finished foxhole, all I could think about was the 4th of July when I was a kid. I love to make
4th of July is supposed to be lighting fireworks. That's supposed to be fun, not this. Oh, no. They got him. He's still moving, but for how much longer? Oh, God. He's missing one of them. Oh, man.
I ain't gonna get up.
Is nobody around to help him?
You hear that?
Okay,
Hey,
I
Joe?
guess nobody was near him because no way somebody would just let him lay down like that.
Help! Help! Anyone there? I ain't gonna get him.
This is hard to look at right here.
Come on! Ah, jeez. Think I overdid it on the cover of my Fox show?
Incoming! Come on! Hurry up! Dono!
Can somebody help this guy?
Come on! Move him now! Hold on! I'm being
Oh, man. Can you maybe, like, cover it? Oh, no. I think they done got hit.
During the second barrage, I wasn't laughing anymore.
Yep, I about to say they both got hit. It's probably over for both of them. Oh, man.
You get things organized here. I'm gonna go for help.
What the f?
That's in the opening. Or
All right.
the breaking point. It then got to him.
Buck was a great combat leader. He was wounded in Normandy and again in Holland. He received the Silver Star for his part in taking out those German guns on D-Day. He took everything the crowds could throw at him time and again.
Woo! He flipped that cigarette and it started kicking off. Bro, these lights are so bright. They throwing me off. I might have to dip my head a little bit because this light is kind of getting to me a little bit. Oh my God, nah, they gone. Yeah, they gone. Wow. It's not a guarantee, that's all. Down in the hole, it still doesn't guarantee safety. He dislocated or something? What happened?
Muck and Pinkala were good men. Their death hit Malarkey the hardest. Malarkey's best friends in the company had been Compton, Muck, and Pinkala.
This is a hard-hitting episode so far, I ain't gonna lie.
Just...
Hey, Malark. Hey, didn't I hear you say you wanted to, bring a Luger home for your kid brother? Yeah. Well, why don't you give him that? This Hoops, right? Yeah. I was gonna get rid of it, but
Understandable.
Listen, Captain Winters was wondering if you wanted to go back to battalion and, work as his runner for a few days.
Tell him thanks. I'm gonna stay here.
Well, look, why don't you at least come back for an hour or so? Say goodbye to Buck. I'm sure to...
Hi.
So?
We've been watching for you all day, sir. Not much activity.
Want a coffee?
No, thank you, sir.
How's Easy's status?
The men are good, sir. They're prepared. I'm gonna be leading 2nd Platoon tomorrow. They're probably the weakest after losing Toy and Garnier and Muck and Pancala. All in all, I have every confidence in the men, sir.
Good.
But on the other hand, I have no confidence in our CO, sir. Lieutenant Dyke is an empty uniform, Captain. He's just...
going through the motions.
Well, he's gonna be there tomorrow.
Yes, sir. I understand he will be there physically.
Up here,
But
though?
tomorrow's gonna be the real deal. Make decisions, sir, and I gotta tell you, sir, I think he's gonna get a lot of Easy Company men killed.
Thank you, Sergeant. That'll be all.
Yes, sir.
Go and get that out in the air right now.
You got about 1/8 of a mile of open field to cross before we get down here in a void. There's very little cover, so you gotta move quickly. I've set up 2 sections here. They'll give you covering fire. 3rd Battalion will come in from the east, led by I Company.
Doing
That's
everything
cause
you can to
distraction.
help them out. Get them prepared. All right, let's get it. What we've been waiting for.
Wait a minute, where's Foley? Critical man! Coming through! He got it. Keep moving! Easy! Hold up! 2nd Platoon, hold up! Will you move? Get me Foley on the radio. Get out of there! Move!
Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. This is a disaster already. I see what Lipton was talking about. This is a complete disaster so far. Like,
God damn it! 1st Platoon, hold up! Take cover! Martin! Come on, soldier, with me!
Roger, kidnapped. Paris, stand by for 6.
Lieutenant, what's the plan? I don't know! You better get Dyke on that radio to me now! Lieutenant, what's the plan? Captain Winners!
throws up.
Okay, you take your men on a flanking mission around the village and attack it from the rear! We cannot stay here!
It's too much pressure for him.
Suppressing fire! We're gonna be kind of alone out there, Lieutenant! We will provide suppressing fire!
You're gonna get people off. That's what's gonna happen.
Get going forward!
Oh, man. Woo, this is a disaster. This right here is... Oh, no.
I got you! Give me some cover! How you doing, Bracani? They shot me in my ass, boys!
Oh, man, another butt shot. Literally.
Sir, we are sitting ducks here. We have to keep moving!
I'm about to say...
Captain Winters! God damn it, you do not go after! Tell the battalion commander, now get back here!
The Easy Company, but you...
Spears, get yourself over here!
This is frustrating, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Attack on in.
Yeah, Dyke is... He
I'm taking over. Precision mission!
Spread out here. 1st Platoon tried an end around, but they're stretched out. They're pinned down by a sniper. I believe he's in the building.
I want mortars and grenade launchers on that building till it's gone. When it's gone, I want first to go straight in. Forget
Already getting better
Everybody else
results
follow me?
already,
Yes,
and
sir.
they haven't even started. I was just about to say, right off the back door, a plan that actually sounds like it'll do something.
Sergeant Alley! Got it, Sarge!
Lo and behold.
On, move out! Fire!
Yeah, and then there goes the cover they were behind, I believe, so it would have been a wash. Woo! Man, you got lucky.
We're supposed to be on the other side of the town. You see the sign of them? No.
I see you, Spears.
No, sir. Sir, I think they're gonna pull back. If we don't connect with that, they're gonna slip away. Here. Item EC6. What the hell? Oh, fix it back here.
At first, the Germans didn't shoot at it. I think they couldn't quite believe what they were seeing. But that wasn't the really astounding
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. This guy right here. That's a real soldier right there. I don't know why he wasn't put in charge from the get-go, because this right here, this is progress. This is peak human performance. It's the fact that they started off so bad, but they managed to catch their ground towards the end. That was the true definition of not how you start, but how you finish. Oh, where you at? Gotta take him out.
Second floor, building on the right. Don't miss, Shifty.
Oh. Oh, man. This episode, man. Finally, we get a little bit of a breather at the end right there, like, because it was just disastrous from the start. A little warmthness, let the bones and stuff heal. You know, they finally get a little bit of a break. Man. Yeah, that was the one that shot themselves in the leg.
Among the dead were Heron, Mellett, Sawasko, Kenneth Webb, Harold Webb. Our month in Belgium cost us one good officer, Buck Compton, and one bad one, Norman Dyke.
You don't have any idea who I'm talking about, do you?
No, sir.
Hell, it was you, First Sergeant.
Ever since Winters made the town, you've been the leader of
And
these
you're not going to be First Sergeant much longer, First Sergeant.
Sir?
Winters put in for a battlefield commission, and Sink approved on your official nod in a few days. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
I mean, understandable, because, I mean, it went from a disaster to pretty much a success just like that. All right, let's read this little bit of writing here. Stephen E. Ambrose. Captain Richard Winters. Okay. Yep. Okay, so look, all I gotta say right now is potential disaster to absolute success. That's basically what this episode felt like. Like it felt like the soldiers had to not only persevere through the enemies they were fighting, but they also had to persevere through bad leadership because obviously Dyke was not it. He was not it. That's all there is to it. Now, at the end of the day, it's, people freeze up. They get nervous. They understand the situation's bad, but they just can't assess it too good. And that's basically what Dyke was. He was put in charge, but at the same time, it was obvious he wasn't the right man to be put in charge. So I forgot the guy's name, obviously, at the end when he was obviously probably going to get his promotion, but the moment he took over, it felt like the entire battle just swung into their favors. Like Easy Company was finally getting the much needed break that they needed to truly turn the tides of the battle. And now it feels like, once hope finally started swinging their way, that's when it finally started turning. And that part, when I forgot his name, like I said, but that part when he was running through those soldiers, just absolutely getting the job done, that was some inspiring stuff. Because seeing one of your own, especially one who's taking charge in his own hands, that's enough to motivate anyone at any time. And quite frankly, that had me hyped. So yeah, like I said, Dykes was not it, and he was him. That one who was taking charge, he was him. And just in general, like there was a good lot of losses in this episode, no doubt about it, because I forgot some of their names, but obviously Buck losing his close colleagues, and then there was a couple other. It was Joe and someone else. They both lost one of their legs practically. It was a lot of loss in this episode, whether if it was physically, but most importantly, it was mentally. Like a lot of people were just lost mentally, and it just really showcased how badly this war is dragging on in them, because it's truly like the episode, the breaking point. People have limits. They have limits to what they are capable of comprehending, what they can understand, and what they can reach. Like whether if it's a physical limit you can reach or a mental limit, at the end of the day, you can only go so far before you finally snap. And yeah, like I said, this episode was absolutely fantastic. I changed my tune. I actually think now this one might have been the best episode of the season, just because of all the trials and the tribulations all the soldiers were going through, especially Winters. Like when Winters got that message from what was his name? I forgot his name, but the guy who was narrating a lot. But obviously, when he got it from him the night before the battle, him telling Winters about how Dyke wasn't the right guy for this and all that, that basically at least gave Winters a good heads up to know that some changes might need to be made. And like I said, it paid off in the end, because victory came for Easy Company. But with that being said, this is a great episode. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one.